Latest on Tropical Storm Kompasu, Philippine name Mering, moving over the northernmost part of the Philippines right now as a strong tropical storm, currently 18.8 north, 122.3 degrees east. The storm moving through the northernmost tip of Luzon and the Babuyan Islands in particular. It will pass over the centre of the storm, although it is an extremely large one at that. As of 5 p.m. at Manila time, October 11th, that's the current situation. CDPS Stage 3 for the Babuyan Islands right now, with those wind speeds widespread 60 mile per hour winds, that's 95 kilometers per hour. And obviously that large storm size, particularly on the northern side. Rainfall expectations are quite significant too, which bumps it up to stage 3, significant on the CDPS. So here's its position right now and the extent of that wind field. Enormous on the northern side, extending all the way to Taiwan possibly for tropical storm conditions. On the southern side not so much, obviously because of land interaction. Signal 2 warning in effect for the islands there on the northern part of the Philippines, the Batanes down to the northern tip of Luzon, extending down to Ilocos Sur on the western side, northern Aurora on the Isabela on the eastern side. Signal 1 warnings extending down to northern Quezon and to Bataan on the western side. Currently only 42 kilometers from Santa Ana and 91 from Calayan on the Babuyan Group of islands. There's a graphical depiction of the warnings there and the sustained wind estimates from our various sources. JMA actually higher, up at 70 miles per hour at the moment. ADT estimates actually have this storm lower than what we're currently putting it at 60 miles per hour. That's what the JTWC is saying as well, and they're expecting a Category 1 typhoon peak in the next 2 to 3 days over the South China Sea on approach to Hainan Island, and then it will start to weaken as it moves on towards Vietnam. So the storm size will remain fairly large for the whole duration there. Once it hits Hainan though, the storm size will take a hit, and of course so will its intensity. But Vietnam will probably still get a lot of rainfall from this storm if nothing else, and I expect they will get more with winds as well. So you can see here a rather messy picture. There's the storm itself, and you can see how large it is there, the greens. That's a tropical storm wind field, and possibly towards typhoon force sooner rather than later there. This is the rainfall expectations. Northwestern Luzon, extremely high amounts there. Those pink areas, that's around 16 inches. I think that's 300 millimeters or more. Over to Vietnam there. High amounts, not as high as in the Philippines, but we could be seeing there maybe 100 millimeters of rain or higher, and higher numbers in Hainan as well. Sea surface temperatures are very warm ahead of the storm, currently 29, maybe 28 degrees Celsius, and staying warm up towards those numbers all the way through the rest of its projected track. So sea surface temperatures very warm. That will not have a bearing on the storm, certainly in a negative way. Intensity then, the HWRF on a whim there, going with Category 2 peak briefly. General consensus is low end Category 1. Wind shear will rise a little bit there, getting towards the moderate to high values by the time we get to Wednesday. Sea surface temperatures gradually declining, but not much. Relative humidity is very good environment around the storm, partially due to its own size. And here it is on the satellite imagery, and you can see the extent of the storm. You could make an argument that from southwest to northeast it extends 1,400 miles from the central South China Sea up to the northern Ryukyu Islands, but the main core of the storm of course is bubbling over the northern part of Luzon, and it's been blowing up some decent convection in the last few frames, so there could be signs that this storm is intensifying right now, so of course definitely time to be hunkering down along the northern coast of Luzon.